Welcome back to Golf in Mauritius. In the first half of the show, we saw 3 incredible courses and hotels, all offering completely different experiences. Let's continue our tour now and rejoin Dale, who's made his way inland.
I'm standing on the top of a mountain about 500 meters above sea level. And this is where the Avalon Golf Estate is situated. An Avalon Golf Estate is different from all the other golf courses here in Mauritius because it's inland. It's not right on the sea, and that makes it unique. Peter Makovich has designed something special here. It's special because it's very playable and it's extremely beautiful.
Unique selling propositions are always what we're after. And for Avalon, it's without a doubt the location, the topography of the land, and also this wonderful environment that surrounds us. Being the only golf course in the hills in Mauritius, and although we're quite far from the ocean, we've got beautiful sea views. So on all 18 holes you can see the ocean. As I mentioned, the topography is just remarkable. So as we stand here now, we're 500 meters above sea level. The bottom of the estate that falls by 90 meters, just creating absolutely magnificent terrain and elevation change on the holes. The third point is the environment. We've got beautiful ravines which run through this golf course, natural tracts of forest, and those come into play on a lot of the holes. There's a lot of landscaped areas, and we realize that golf is more than just the game, it's the experience, and that's what we're trying to create. We try to keep Avalon exclusive. We have tee times that are well spaced out. We don't want to crowd the course. It's one of our other unique selling propositions. A lot of the golf courses get quite congested, but here we have the luxury, because of our location, we don't have the numbers that some of the other golf courses do yet. We're still establishing ourselves in the marketplace, but we've tried to play on that element of exclusivity, allowing not more than 100 golfers a day. And when you play this golf course, because a lot of the holes aren't close to each other, whether you're alone on the course or there's 100 players, it still feels like you're on your own, and I think that's really special. The real estate itself has done extraordinarily well. It was the first estate in Mauritius that integrated properties for Mauritians as well as properties for foreigners. So we have 314 properties for Mauritians and 111 properties for foreigners. And of those, we've sold about 250 at this stage. What we've tried to create, although golf, it's a golf estate and primarily golf is the focus, we've tried to create a country club environment. And the focus is not just golf, it's on families. And that's why we've added all the amenities we have to the estate. So not only is it a golf course, but we have trails, we have football pitch, volleyball courts, tennis. So really something to do for the whole family.
The main focus at Avalon, though, is the golf course, and Dale has singled out some standout holes on this fascinating track.
The 4th hole at Avalon is the coolest par 4 that you'll play. You start off on a tee that's built way, way above the fairway and way above the green, and you play down to the green. And what's nice about it is that it's a very drivable par 4. Now, a lot of drivable par 4s are drivable for the very long hitter. This is drivable even for the average hitter, because off the normal tees, it's only 238 meters and it's downhill. You do have to be accurate. There's a bunker on the left-hand side. There's a big slope on the right-hand side that can catch your golf ball. And what's interesting about it and what makes it quite difficult is that the green is built up slightly, and it's a very interestingly shaped green, and you're playing kind of into it at an angle. So it is really, really a terrific hole. Even if you do drive the green, don't think that you're guaranteed a birdie, because you can still be an awful long way from the hole, and it might still take you 3 putts to get in. The 13th hole is a medium length par 4. It's about 350 meters from this, which is the members tee. It's stroke 8. So it's kind of a medium sort of a hole. But it's a wide fairway that almost sucks you in and you think, oh, this is an easy hole. But you must make sure that you hit a good drive, because it's a second shot that actually makes this hole. What I like about the hole is the combination of the water, the beautiful green grass on the fairways and greens, and the white sand, but mostly the yellow flowers that surround the hole. The 14th hole is a delicious par 3. It's stroke 16, and if this is the 3rd easiest hole on the golf course, you know this golf course is a good test of golf. It's a big green and quite a flat green. So the green is one of the easier greens on the golf course. It's beautifully bunkered once again, bunkers on the right and bunkers on the left, but a big slope down the right-hand side to catch the shot that is sliced out to the right. The hole often plays into the wind, so it plays a little bit longer than its length. And from the club tees, you're going to play the hole at about 140 or 150 meters. So not a terribly long par 3, but again, as I've said about all the holes on this golf course, it's just beautiful. We finish off our feature holes at Avalon Golf Club with the 17th hole. Once again, a short par 4, and this is what I love about this golf course. It's very playable for every single golfer that comes here. It's a sort of golf course that if you just play reasonably, you'll play to your handicap. The 17th has a couple of bunkers that come into play with your tee shot, and then a couple of bunkers that come into play with your second shot. Again, 274 yards, so for a reasonably long hitter or a very long hitter, once again, it's drivable. But for most of us, it's a drive and a wedge or drive and a 9-iron to a green that's sort of a little bit built up, a little bit uphill the second shot. But once again, just a beautiful short par 4 and a hole that you should par, maybe birdie. If you drop a shot, you don't feel so good, and if you drop more than one shot, you're going to feel terrible. But remember, you've still got one hole to play.
From the centre of the island, we now head to the coast again as we catch up with Dale at a familiar venue.
Beachcombers Paradis is probably the best known golf resort in Mauritius. It's been around for 25 years, and it is on a fabulous piece of ground, surrounded by the Indian Ocean and this lovely mountain on the right-hand side. It's a beautiful, very playable golf course. There's so much more to do here than just golf. There are all sorts of both water and other activities as well. But what really makes Paradis stand out is the wonderful service.
Well, Paradis was the first hotel golf course back in an opening in August '92, and we designed the course from a South African guy called David Dutton, who was working with De Beers at the time as a landscaper. He did the first layout of this golf course. Most of it is still David's work, actually. Back in '92, when we opened the Paradis golf course, we had the Paradis Hotel, which was just next door on this marvelous peninsula. And then in 2000, we opened the Dina Robin Golf Resort and Spa, and also using this golf course. So we have two beautiful 5-star hotels on this golf course. Both are quite different to each other. Paradis is a little bit more lively, so families are quite much involved. Sport and water sports is also very important. So it's quite a lively hotel. Dina Robin is more a couple hotel, 5-star plus, where you relax and enjoy your meals and the quietness of it. Well, these hotels, first of all, have mini suites. The Paradis has over 300 suites and villas, and Dina Robin is a bit smaller, has 175 suites. But as you will see in the images, you will see that we have a fantastic lagoon, and this lagoon has all the different water sports available. You can go and visit some dolphins not far away. You can walk with lions, and that's quite a treat. And then also this mountain in the back is now a UNESCO site, so it's well protected, and we have hiking up there. So you have a lot of the sportsmen hiking, trailing, mountain bike riding, so it's quite a vibrant area for environmental sports. Our guests, around 90% come from Europe and comes from tour operators, but the Beachcomber group is very, very present in South Africa, and we receive 1 out of 4 South Africans come into our Beachcomber hotels.
And the vast majority of those travelling South Africans are lured by the magnificent golf course. Dale has selected a number of holes that stood out for him when he played the course.
The 6th hole is a par 3, and this is Tony Johnson's favourite hole. And you can see why. It's a short hole, it's got no sense of humour, and it's bad-tempered. Seriously though, it really is a stunner. You've got this beautiful mountain in the background. It's a lovely short par 3 that requires a very good tee shot to a well-bunkered green. It's probably only a 7, 8, 9 iron off the tee, but you have to hit a very good shot. Once you're on the green, you shouldn't take more than 2 putts. 1 putt sometimes, and you walk off here with a 2, and you have just conquered Tony Johnson's favourite hole. The front 9 ends with a very difficult par 4. Down the left-hand side, you've got palm trees and pine trees, and there's one bunker that doesn't really come into play. Quite a narrow fairway. Down the right-hand side, just water. Water, 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 all the way down to the green. So you've got to hit your tee shot on the fairway if you want any chance of hitting your second shot onto the green. Start off with a good drive. Today you'd have to hit a very good drive to get to this point, because we've only got about 140 meters from here to the flag. So that would mean that your tee shot would have had to have been 220 or so. For the average golfer, that's a long drive, especially today, being into the wind. The second shot then is played completely over the water to a nicely bunkered green, and a green that is framed with beautiful palm trees. It really is a very inviting second shot to this green. But make sure that you hit the ball solidly so that you get it over the water. It's a big, big green, and that's why this hole is a low stroke. The 16th hole is a beauty. You actually play over the Indian Ocean to get to the fairway, and depending on how much you want to carry and how much chance you want to take is going to determine how long your second shot is into this green. If you play safe down the left-hand side, your second shot's going to be longer. If you cut off as much as you possibly can, your second shot is going to be shorter. The second shot is also played along the ocean, and that is all the way on the right-hand side for your second shot. So really, really a challenging golf hole. Stroke 4 on the card. If you make a 4 on this hole, you have done really well, because not only do you have to hit an accurate drive, it's a tiny green. You've really got to hit a good second shot to avoid both the water and the bunkers. At the 17th tee, the course turns for home, and it turns at a beautiful place with the Indian Ocean all the way down the right-hand side of this hole and behind the tee. It really is just the most beautiful view. You've got trees down the left-hand side, a couple of bunkers that protect the green, and it's not that long a par 3. And what's nice about Parody Golf Course is the holes aren't out of reach even for the club golfer. It's a really fun golf course to play. When you hit your shot offline, you'll be able to find it and keep playing it. And this is a good example of that. So a nice tee shot over that left-hand bunker onto the green, 2-putt for a par 3, and you get to the 18th hole, make another par at the 18th hole, and you can't wait to get back to Parody Golf Club and play another round of golf.
It's about as stunning a setting as you are ever likely to find. Built within the resort's grounds, the 18-hole par 72 golf course stretches along 5,924 meters between the iconic Mornay Mountain and the crystal-clear lagoon of the Mornay Peninsula. Unforgettable is the only word to describe a round of golf on the course at Parody. Set against the backdrop of majestic mountains, the fairways and greens curl along the shoreline of a spectacular bay. The claim that this is one of the most beautiful golf courses in Mauritius is certainly a valid one. Our trip across Mauritius next takes us some 80 kilometers northeast to Anahita to catch up with Dave Usendorf.
We're here at the beautiful Four Seasons Golf Club Mauritius at Anahita. And what a wonderful golf course it is. Just 10 years old, designed by one of South Africa's favorite sons, Ernie Els. And it is a typical Ernie golf course. Nice big fairways, wide, plenty of space, and importantly 6 different tee options to test all golfers' abilities. We have the championship tees, which will test the very best during the Afrasia Bank Mauritian Open. And then we have, for the better player, the blue tees, the white tees, of course, for the club members. We have gold tees for those older golfers and those of you who would like to enjoy your game a little bit more. Then the red tees are well advanced for lady golfers, and we even have a junior tees and a junior scorecard for little guys, and we want to promote family golf here. So the golf course is in good condition all year round, and really is encouraging all types of players to come and enjoy themselves. To complement the golf course, there's a beautiful practice facility, a double-sided driving range which is about 350 meters long, and it's nice and wide so everybody can have a good time to warm up or work on their game during their stay. There's an academy with a whole host of teaching professionals, fitting equipment, and all the sort of paraphernalia that goes along with it. Chipping green, putting green, so you can really work on your game and get yourself ready for your next game. Our opening feature hole here at Anahita is the 9th hole. This is a lovely little hole. It measures just 262 meters from the club tees, so immediately most guys are going for the driver. Not here. This is called lazy burn for a specific reason. There's a little burn which is very much like something you would see in Scotland. It runs directly down the middle of the fairway and winds its way up to the green, and that's where all the trouble is. So I'm going to take an iron. The big part of the fairway is down the right-hand side, and that obviously gives me an opportunity to attack the flag on this hole, which is stroke 17. Should be easy. Fortunately, I don't even have to look for that because it's exactly where I want it to be. Now I've got a shot about 70 meters to a flag which is tucked relatively close to the side of the green, and there's still that burn which runs just in front of the green. It's a difficult shot. For the better players, the low handicap, sure, have a go. But for many of you, this is an opportunity to just play to the big part of the green. There's lots of green to work with to the right of that flag, and that's where you want to be. This is stroke 17, but don't let that fool you. As you get up to the green, you can realize what a big green it is. When you're down on the fairway, it's slightly raised, so you don't see all the detail. But there it is. Big green slopes quite significantly from back to front, and it's got a lot of grain in this green. We've avoided the burn. Now's the time to make the birdie. Our second feature hole at the Four Seasons Golf Club Mauritius at Anahita is the beautiful Postcard 17th. Now, when you look at it behind me, it looks like something you can almost throw the ball on the green, but the tee options are measured from maximum about 150 meters all the way down to 60 meters. So there's an option for everybody. The challenge is really in the green, which is at a slight angle, and that makes it a tough shot into this green, even with a short club. And then of course the wind. If you ever look at today, the wind is slightly behind us and sort of over my shoulder as I played as a right-handed golfer. And that's going to influence the way they play the shot. It's only 115 meters from this club members tee, so I'm only going to have a sand wedge or gap wedge or even a pitching wedge for some of you. And it's a nice smooth swing into the heart of the green. Don't be clever. Well, of course, this green is surrounded by very strategically placed bunkers. That one behind, you didn't even see that from the tee. So you've got to be careful. When you get here, you realize this is quite a big green and there's a big slope from the front all the way to the back, little step in the middle. There's lots of danger on the green. This is stroke 9, and that's not something you should take too lightly. See if we can finish off with a nice 2. Almost. Anytime you make 3 at 17, you can take a moment to turn around, appreciate the beauty behind you. Watch out for the boats. Make your way to the next hole.
Thanks, Dave. And if you're looking for somewhere to stay, you won't have to travel far, with the Four Seasons Resort at Anahita right on your doorstep.
Like I tend to say, the Four Seasons for me is a massive playground, right? For big kids and for kids as well. We have this quite unique lagoon where a lot of water sports are being offered. We have 2 tennis courts, which are floodlight one. We can organize like beach soccer, volleyball. We have the privilege of managing this beautiful Erniel's golf course. And for our guests, golf is complimentary. So if you're just coming in a party where, let's say, Mr. is a big fan of golf, Madam is more into water sports, and somebody is more into nature, well, you got everything here that can suit different tastes of people according to the activities.
We have 2 types of accommodation, the suites and the villas. So in terms of suites, we have suites for golfers and for couples. So the junior suites are of 1 bedroom. So it has a kitchenette, the living space, the veranda, and the bedroom and bathroom. So for families, we have suites as well, suites with bigger space, which has the same facilities of a junior suite, but with a plunge pool. So these prestige suites have 1 to 3 bedrooms, so which can easily accommodate families or couples looking for much space. So we have as well villas with a private swimming pool and a private garden. So the experience there is different, which is unique because you can even ask for your private chef or for a butler to arrange for a personalized service.
One of the main concepts of a resort is to sell this hotel on half-board basis, which means that you have your breakfast included and you have your dinner. On property right now, we have 3 restaurants operating. We have a modern French bistro, which is called Le Beauchamp. We have the Acapazza, which is our Italian restaurant, and we have a bamboo restaurant, which offers like an Asian, Indian, and most particularly a Mauritian cuisine. Definitely the spa is one of our very unique selling points of this resort because it's the only spa of Mauritius where you have the treatment suites that are mounted on stilts and overlooking the lagoon, right, which makes an experience completely different.
The Four Seasons Resort at Anahita is indeed far from conventional. It's natural but modern, rustic yet luxurious, and it provides for the perfect getaway for travelers of all ages, regardless of your requirements or the size of your traveling party. Our last stop on our tour of Mauritius takes us almost directly across the island to the west coast to catch up with Dale for one last time.
Although Mauritius is a relatively small island, the amazing thing for me is the variety of vegetation there is. We're in the southwest, and it's very different from up north. We're looking at another golf course here by the name of Tamarina. Now, this is our 7th golf course, each of them very different from the others, but each of them is beautiful in its own way. And I think you'll be very impressed with this.
I like to play golf in Mauritius because all golf courses are different. So Tamarina is also, as you have seen, it's very African type feeling. Each hole is different to each other. We got large fairways, large greens, so everything is there to have a great game of golf. Tamarina is a golf estate. We have 119 villas. It opened in 2006, where we have many different nationalities living here, from French, South African, Mauritian, Réunion Island, English, and the States. Among them, there are 80% of them are members of a golf course, and Tamarina also do have some outside members who are locals residing in Mauritius.
Plenty of tourists also visit Tamarina. Thanks to a new partnership with Sun Resorts, guests from a nearby hotel are welcomed with open arms to this magnificent course.
Guests staying in the hotel of Sugar Beach, they got free green fee when they come and play at Tamarina. We have a shuttle for these people, and it takes only 7 to 8 minutes to come down here at Tamarina.
This 18-hole par 72 course was designed by architect Rodney Wright and opened in October 2006. Tamarina Golf Club is not only set in a stunning environment, but also offers a fun and challenging test of all golfing skills. It's long and demanding from the tips, but so it should be. However, the course was designed with a variety of tee boxes to suit golfers of every ability. A lot of emphasis was placed on designing Tamarina Golf Club as a fair and enjoyable course, from the white tees in particular. That, combined with sweeping views over the stunning Rampart Mountain and Tamarine Bay, make this course a joy to play. To complement your experience, the club offers only the highest quality infrastructure and services. These include a fully stocked pro shop, changing rooms with lockers and showers, as well as a bar and restaurant. That's the perfect place to enjoy breakfast before an early start, lunch after a game, or a chat over a drink. You'll be able to savor international cuisine with the Mauritian twist, while the venue also plays host to theme evenings on a monthly basis. If you're not a golfer but want to learn the game, Tamarina also offers an academy with the services of a PGA professional. And speaking of which, it's time now to head out to Dale again, who has selected 2 feature holes that caught his attention.
La Rampart is the name of the 7th hole. Now, it's evidently just a name, but I think it probably somewhere along the line means monster, because that's what this hole is. 444 meters off the back tee at stroke 1, and when you stand here and you look down the fairway, you can see exactly why. Jungle on the right-hand side, some trouble on the left-hand side. You have to hit an accurate drive. You play over a donga, and there's a donga at the end of the fairway, and that'll stop the very long hitter from using a driver. So the tee shot, firstly, must go down the fairway. Probably a little bit down the left is perfect. We've gone about 20 meters past where a good drive would finish. So a good drive would be down a little further back, and you'd be about 155 for your second shot. So whatever you hit, 155 meters, 5 iron, 4 iron, 6 iron for some people. If you're Dustin Johnson, it's just a wedge. So whatever club you decide, you're going to hit 155. That's what you're going to be using. And it's a tough shot. You've got the bunker on the right-hand side, the big valley down the left-hand side. If you don't carry it far enough, it's going to stop in the bank short of the green. So you really have to pick the right club and hit the shot the right distance if you want to make a par. Because par on this hole gives you a net birdie and 3 points. And that is a really good score on one of the toughest holes on the island of Mauritius. The 13th hole is a par 3 and it's a pulpit. You tee up way up on the side of the hill and you play down to the green. That must be somewhere in the region of 40 meters below you. The hole from the very back tee is 186, but doesn't play anywhere near that due to the downhill. It probably plays at least 20 meters shorter than that. And there are a whole bunch of tees, so for the ladies the hole is just over 100. But it's an interesting green because it winds around a bunker. So there are some tough pin placements if they put the pin over that trap on the left-hand side. It really makes this a difficult hole. Today with the wind from left to right, it's probably from here, the white tee is a 6 iron for me. If you hit this green, you've done very, very well because you've had to take into account the change in elevation, the distance and the wind. Got to put those all into the computer and see what it spits out.
Thanks, Dale. But now, what about a hotel close by? Fortunately, there are 2 excellent options in the vicinity.
Another one of the sun resorts on the southwest of the island is La Pirogue Resort and Spa. Now this is a hotel that is very, very well known in South Africa because it's been around since 1976. That's 16 years before the first 18-hole golf course was opened in Mauritius. So this hotel is an institution in Mauritius. It really is just another stunningly beautiful hotel right on the sea, incredible water sports, incredible swimming and wonderfully luxurious accommodations. It is absolutely beautiful.
Situated along the breathtaking Sunset Coast and bordered by turquoise waters, La Pirogue offers guests an incredible 4-star experience. Imbued with authentic and unrivaled Mauritian charm, La Pirogue took its design cues from a traditional fishing village. Each bungalow's thatched roof is reminiscent of the unfurled sail of a local fishing boat from which the resort gets its name. Set amongst a coconut grove and surrounded by lush gardens, this hotel boasts a relaxed atmosphere that is still vibrant, perfect for both families and couples alike.
The great Walter Hagen said it best. I never wanted to be a millionaire, I just wanted to live like one. And here at the Sugar Beach Resort, you can do just that. It is absolutely fabulous. The wonderful architecture, the incredible gardens, beautiful shrubs and different colors. It is just absolutely heaven to be here. Then you've got the lovely pools, you've got the sea, you've got all the water sports. There is just so much to do. And if you really have to, you can drive down the road and play golf.
And as we heard earlier, residents here play for free at Tamarina. But once you're here, you might not want to leave. The elegant 5-star Sugar Beach opens onto the sun-drenched sheltered bay of Flick and Flack. With incredible manicured gardens and one of the most picturesque beaches on the island, it really is stunning. This plantation-style resort balances old-world opulence with modern comforts. Sugar Beach provides a luxurious sanctuary for families and couples seeking the ultimate holiday in paradise.
With the 7 golf courses that we've had a look at, I honestly believe that this rivals Portugal, Spain, Ireland, Scotland and many other countries for a golfing holiday because you've got the added advantage of wonderful weather, the beach, great food and incredible service. Come to Mauritius. I guarantee you, you'll have a fun golfing holiday.